In the future, the earth has been destroyed by a severe drought. Now, people are willing to kill each other for water. Most people have left, but the whole family stayed, because Father Ernest thought the trees would grow back if they get some water. I remember when the land was green, but his son, Jerome, didn't. One day there were two thieves, trying to break into Iris' farm. By punching the lock, Iris caught them and fired. Two thieves tried to shoot back. He was immediately killed, and the second thief prayed for mercy. He explained that someone told him there was water there. He said he needed to pee and reached for his pants. When I saw him holding a gun, Ernie shot him first. Jerome sees all this from afar, claiming that I can help, but Ernest just told you to call him Dad, instead of your own name. Then, Ernest unlocks small building to reveal a pump. Unfortunately, it doesn't give them any water, so they're going to have to force their mules to keep going. Without drinking, they went on and met the plumbers, a group of exclusive holders, distribution of extracted water from deep wells. Through an agreement with the government, Ernest gives them stuff, and the men paid him with water. He also reminded Jerome not to anger these guys, because they are dangerous. They just make the transaction and they leave quickly. Ernest tried to convince them, provide water for your farm, but the price of water is now higher than gold. On the way home, their mule fell and was badly injured. Because the animal is in pain, Iris shoots it to end its suffering. Jerome just cried. I swore he could do it. When they finally came to Mary's farm, sister of Jerome serves dinner for them. Then she scrubbed the soil in 8 plates, while Iris listens to the radio and Jerome paints animals. It's the personal preference of each of them. Suddenly Eunice heard a noise and ran outside. I found Mary out the window to meet his secret boyfriend. The next day, Jerome and Ernest went to Sam's auction house and auctioned off a robot to replace the mule. Their son of Sam also participate in the auction and fight them to the end. But Iris won the auction. It's making his debt more and more. Then they went to the hospital to visit Catherine, the mother of the children who couldn't walk because of the accident. The hospital has a special dress. Connect her to a rope, help her move, and the only way for the family to get Catherine home. I bought that expensive machine. After a fun afternoon with Catherine, you both go home. On the way home they see Robbie and Sue with their children. Iris calls them vultures for using their child to get help. Then ignore the drive to the gas station. After filling the Iris bottle, drink it like water. Then, he brought some water back for Robin and his family. The couple was thinking about selling the baby, because they can't afford it. But Iris advised them not to, and we'll help them get water. Then at the farm, friend appears, and revealed himself to be Mary's secret boyfriend. He asked to borrow the sim and promised to pay the rent. But Iris refused, unless Sam signs the bail. The friend feels offended, and tell Iris that, I'll never come back to this land again. Next time Jerome and Ernest meet the plumbers, they had a good time, thanks to the sim, and Ernie started talking to those people, and consider the offer, put a water line on his farm. Then Ernest started digging out his old pump, so that the plumbers can check, see what they have. While working, he told Jerome that he needs to get out there and meet a girl, but Jerome wants to take better care of his family. On the way home, they saw my friend driving at a very fast speed. At the farm, Mary, washing clothes, by putting detergent into a vacuum cleaner. Iris came and forbade her to go out again. It annoyed Mary, because she's old enough to do whatever she wants. Iris swore he just wanted to protect her. Marry and say you love your friend, and then leave. She ran into Jerry and asked for some money, but Ernest caught up with chasing and stopped her. Mary cried when she said, Ernest has 7 failed to protect their family. Then, he locked her up and closed the window. Sometime later, Ernest and Jerome, wake up. I found out that the sim was stolen. Ernest assumed it was a friend and went to his house. But know that. Then Ra is. The friend got in the truck to go to the mountains. The friend is haunted by what his family has lost. Although Sam thinks the land, it's barren, and the water doesn't help. Then, Iris goes up the mountain to investigate and is suddenly ambushed. To the evening, Iris wakes up at the water workers camp, where you were accused, used the sim to steal their supplies. Ernie claims he didn't do that, but Chief Kales doesn't believe you. It's a fight that happens when you disagree. Ernie stole a knife and a gun from Kales, and shoot up in the air to stop everyone. You run away, while Kales kept screaming threats. On the way home, Iris found Flem sleeping by the fire, and the sim is nearby. Then, waiting until morning to wake up a friend with a rifle, put them in your face and tie them up. Sim carried her things as they walked in the hot sun to find the water workers. Friend repeatedly mocks Ernest by talking about Mary, so Ernest pulled the rope and made him fall as punishment. They both ended up being too thirsty for a long time, and friend convinces Ernest to stop for a drink. There's alcohol, not water, and soon Iris will get drunk from drinking too much. My friend pretended to drink, so he just stole the machine to survive, while saying that Khaled wants me dead. He even offered Ernest money, but Ernest refused because of the dubious story. Then Iris tried to stand up, but alcohol makes you dizzy, and it's almost impossible to move. This was my friend's plan, and he took the opportunity to throw a rock at Iris. It gave me a headache, hit the cliff and bled out. Ernest recalls Catherine's car accident. This is because of my drinking habits. When Ernest wakes up, he's tied to the sim, and my friend started pouring more wine into my mouth. Then friend goes to the farm, and Mary jumps in his car, so they can escape together. Feel worried for Ernest. GM decided to find him. When the night falls, I found the sim at the plumber's camp. These people tell you that your father died in an accident with the machine. Mary returned at the end of the day, and the two brothers wept. They also had to visit their mother to tell her the sad news. The friend picked them up in his truck and drove them home. At the page on, the angry Zero began to hammer the sim. My friend came to stop me. He explained that grief is hard, but you can't let it destroy your income, and offered to become the new head of the family, so I can help the sisters. The friend was also shocked to hear the announcement. Mary is pregnant. My friend has big plans for the farm, and Jerome agreed to let him try. In the afternoon, friend brings things to the plumbers, and asked the calf to put a water pipe on the farm. At that time, Kales refused. But suddenly, my friend blames me for Ernie's death, because the Calit's rifle and knife were found, along with the body. Fear of the possible consequences, the calf agreed to bring water into their land. A few days later, new farm pump officially installed. My friend works hard all day to grow and develop wheat irrigated with a sprinkler. Now, the family can also enjoy the rain. Actually, a few weeks later, Jerome was surprised to see a small germ on the ground. And finally, the land is covered in lush plants. To celebrate, friend and Mary married and Sam, each other's initials on Tay. At the party, drinking, friend, and constantly thinking about the death of Onis. A few days passed. Sam shows up at the farm with two men. In the bank of raw. Iris' debt is huge and they want friend to pay it. My friend threatened the horses with his car. He explained that no one wants to buy this land, and Iris has it, because he simply never moved. Thanks to water and crops, the bank will be able to sell it. A friend has to pay if they don't want to lose it. That night, the friend puts the sim on his truck and picks up Robin, along with his child. He pretends that he'll ask around for a price. To get an idea, just let the friend sell the baby against Robin's will. Too scared, Roby got his baby back. Like the buyers who shot and killed Roby, they also tried to shoot, but he shot back when he ran away and left the sim. In the process of exchange, damaged sim causes it to activate the tutorial mode. Return to the original state. The next day, the friend paid the bank with the money to sell the baby, but he lied that he sold the sim to Roby. While the sim comes to the city, and it was found by the man who made it, Kevin. Find the owner's information, and call the farm. Zero picked up the phone and started to suspect, so I ran to the local market. I discovered a friend is talking to a woman who holds a doll in her hands. Pretend it's her baby. Notice this. Jerry tried to talk to them. Your friend quickly sent you away. Later, at the Jerome farm, asked a friend about Robin. But the friend said that Robin caught the sim and abandoned it. The family is determined to find out the truth. GM announced that she would visit her mother, but you're actually taking a bus to the border. But the guards wouldn't let him pass, because you're a minor. There is no guardian. That's when Anna approached him, offered to help you through if you pay. Jerome agreed, and Anna puts him in a truck full of chickens. In just a few hours, the truck came to the city, and Jerome saw it. First time, he met Anna again, and she took him to the factory. But you only get half the money as payment. She explained that the round trip is a scam, and there's no need for a guide to come back, because there's no one to stop you from leaving. Before leaving, Jerome asked, has she ever met a guy named Ennis? But Anna didn't recognize the name. Then Zero met Kevin, who showed you all the functions of the machine. It turns out that the debut of the sim is the cameras. It's made to record images, and it recorded everything the sim saw. Kevin teaches Jerome how to use the equipment. Give you some privacy. Jerome was thrilled to see the image of his father, but the joy quickly turned to horror when I found out my friend was the culprit. Then Raw friend tied Anis to the machine and take it back to the workers' camp, creating a fake scene. It looks like the sim is out of control and accidentally killed the Anis. Jerome only knows how to cry in vain. In the evening, it began to rain on the farm. For the first time in over 10 years, Jerry quickly returned to the farm. And be calm. Ask your friend how he can get his sim back. Embarrassed friend and checked the warehouse, shocked to see the sim standing there unscathed. You said that. Robin must have brought it back out of guilt. A few days later, GM visited Catherine and promised to take care of her like Ernest did. One afternoon, friend and Jerome go hunting to drive them off the farm. Friend missed everything and transferred the rifle to Jerome. He blamed his weapon for a problem. Jerome desperately wants to shoot friend, but instead he shot a deer. Prove that the problem lies in skill. When they got home, Jerome hid the rifle in his room. At lunch, Jerry said you got a call from Robin. Looking for fame. This makes the friend nervous and rude, saying that Jerome is lying. Mary scolded her friend for her strange behavior. Jerome insists that you tell the truth. Enraged friend rushed out of the room. The next day the friend received a letter from Zero, pretending to be Robin, writing requests. Friend met Robin at the cliff because of you. We're in trouble. Before leaving, friend, find the rifle. And Jerome said that he took it to the store for processing, because it doesn't work. Well, friend must try not to be exposed. Sorry for my outburst the other day. After taking a knife, friend and Sin go to the cliff and call Ruby. Suddenly, he fell into a strange hole and broke his leg. Friend screaming in pain for help. But the Sim doesn't understand. At that time, the Jerry appeared, just looking at a friend with a stone in his hand. Make your friend realize that you know the truth. The desperate friend begged for mercy, but Jerome ignored him and kept staring. Let him suffer under the scorching sun. Finally, the friend started screaming for help and begging. Zero thought of his sister and the baby. He went on, a long speech about accidents and regrets. Make Zero angry. I finally shot my friend. When Jerome comes home, you let Mary believe that your friend ran away, and not tell you the truth. Thanks to the proceeds from the harvest, now they can buy real food. And the sisters agree that they could finally buy the machine. Catherine can live with them. Zero deletes all footage from the Sim. Ready to start again from the beginning. The movie ends here. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out the latest one.